Here we go. It says famous commentator. That's funny. All right, you ready? Famous commentator Cenk Uygur drops a massive prediction on TYT. He confirms the feud between Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson is now a political death match. He guarantees that by 2028, Tucker Carlson will be infinitely more popular in the Republican Party than Trump. Okay, now remember though, you ready? Famous commentator Cenk Uygur said Trump wouldn't even finish his first term. So I don't know. And he also, famous commentator Cenk Uygur, thought he was going to win his congressional race too. But all right, let's see it.
Then when you get to the slave part, okay, now we're in World War III, right? Now he's like, Tucker's like, you want to call me low IQ? You want to call me nuts? All right, now we're gonna go all the way in, okay? And
dude, actually, Tucker didn't even trash Trump. Tucker actually was mellow with Trump and said, well, dude, he's under a lot of stress. He's got some, Israel advisors that are giving him bad advice. Tucker moderated his response to Trump, but all right, go ahead, Jenky.
This is a death match. They've entered the octagon and only one's gonna come out, okay, politically. And you guys can all lay your bets wherever you like, and I am a gambling man. I will guarantee you this, by the year 2028, Tucker Carlson will be infinitely more popular in the Republican Party than Donald Trump, infinitely.
Dude, I'm not sure about that. I mean, he's gonna have his crowd, but infinitely more popular, I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that, dude. I don't know if I'm buying that. I mean, I will say this though. Tucker did moderate his response to Trump because he's trying to win over MAGA. Trump is trying to win over MAGA for sure. I mean, Tucker is trying to win over MAGA. He is trying to win that coveted, cult leader spot because Trump is moving on. And so there is a cult leader spot available. But I don't think Tucker has the charisma to fill the cult leader spot. I don't think, I honestly don't think Tucker can fill that. I don't think anybody can. And I think, guys, this is going to be the gut kick to the Republican Party. And they brought it on themselves because when you go all in on a cult of personality and then that personality fades or that personality loses power, you have a bunch of unfulfilled people. And there's not another personality that can fill that shit. This is like the penultimate sort of cult of personality fame issue that happens, where somebody becomes sort of famous or whatever, they become the voice. Everyone's like, oh, that's the voice. That's the guy. And then they get all drunk with power. And then eventually they flame out. Trump is flaming out with his dementia, with the Epstein hoax, with the, not fulfilling his promises. And so he's totally flaming out. But there's nobody that's going to fill that space. They can't. They have pedestaled Trump so much that you just cannot fill that space. And Tucker is not going to be able to fill it. JD Vance is not going to be able to fill it. Marco Rubio is not going to be able to fill it. So you know what's going to happen, guys, is everybody that's got a big personality is going to try to fill it, and then they're going to eat each other alive. And we're already seeing that. You have Nick Fuentes, you have Tucker Carlson, you have Candace Owens, you have Megyn Kelly. Who else do you even have in the Republican Party that's maybe going to step in there? MTG, right? Kid Rock. Give me a break. I'll tell you, realistically, guys, I've said this before. I think there is only one person who could have filled that, and he's dead. And that's Charlie. Charlie, like, he had the fucking awkward, like, the bros loved him, and the girls weren't completely offended by him, the MAGA trad wife girls, and he's gone. Somebody already pulled the trigger on that guy, so, like, I don't know, man. You know, I mean, Rogan, yeah, I mean, Rogan's got the star power, but he's not going to go into politics. And like I said, you have Nicki Minaj has the star power, but dude, she doesn't have the brains for it. Dude, I just don't think they have a replacement, guys. I think a bunch of like second-rate personality lacking people are going to eat each other up trying to get that clout. And what's going to happen is they're just going to make everybody unenthused. That's what's going to happen. I think all of them are going to end up like unenthused, guys. They're going to have nobody to root for. But Cenk, dude, Cenk, though, he wants Tucker. I mean, look at him when he talks about Tucker. Watch him. Watch his eyes when he starts talking about Tucker. Watch him.
He's like, Tucker's like, you want to call me low IQ? You want to call me nuts? All right. Now we're going to go all the way in.
All the way in.
And this is a death match.
All the way in.
They've entered the octagon and only one's going to come out. Okay, politically. And you guys can all lay your bets wherever you like. And I am a gambling man.
Oh, yeah.
I will guarantee
Polymarket.
you this, by the year 2028, Tucker Carlson will be infinitely more popular in the Republican Party than Donald Trump. Infinitely.
Dude, what is he looking at? Is he looking at chat? Because chat's telling him, like, you're a fucking loser. Dude, there's no way. Dude, he's crazy. But I will say this. I will say that Cenk Uygur is going to try to make Tucker infinitely more popular than Donald Trump. Cenk Uygur is going to try to get Tucker into that vaunted spot because Cenk Uygur thinks if he helps Tucker get there, Tucker's gonna like bring him in as like the populism guy. They are, dude. He's trying so hard. Him and Ana have already sold their souls to that Tucker brand of anti-Israel populism that's not left-wing, but still populism. Not MAGA, but not left-wing. Just populism that hates Israel. They're trying, right? Polymarket populism. That's what they are. He's a betting man. He likes that polymarket populism. Oh, shit, hell. Come here, Cenk. Oh, shit, let's go down to South Beach and try to get some trim, buddy. Oh, shit, you're so awkward you couldn't get laid in a brothel. But, dude, I think Cenk is like, you ready for this, guys? I don't think Cenk is even in it for an actual revolution or an actual like change in policy. I think Cenk just wants to be super famous, powerful guy. I think he wants to be like Trump or he wants to be like Tucker Carlson. I think he wants to be the like guru that everybody worships, that like, ooh, you're the mind. You're the guy with all the answers. Right? He wants fame and money. He doesn't really want to change the world. He wants fame and money and model chicks and all that shit. That's what he wants. Dude, he wants Trump's life. Dude, Cenk is a clown, dude. He's going broke, dude. I think TYT, dude, is going to be broke in like 5 years, boss. Okay? In 5 years, that shit's going to be done. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.